We're talking about a new type of scam today outside of the holiday season where people oftentimes are kind of hyper focused on text or email scams. It's called pig butchering. I've never heard of that type of scam before, too, so I guess we'll start with the term first. What is pig butchering?
Well, pig butchering refers to a scam where the con artist is doing a long con. They build a relationship with their target or victim over time, and they only start to ask for money towards the end. So it's a romance or it's a friendship, and then at the end, they ask for money, often in the form of Bitcoin or other things that are difficult to trace. So it's called pig butchering because that con artist is fattening up the victim until the end when they get their money.
And it's a little different too. I'm sure you have more concern for these types of scams rather than an Amazon package scam or your account was charged $500, take action immediately. This is one where a relationship is built up over several months to then the moment of urgency an individual needs to act now. Is that correct?
That's right. And so this is a relationship that's built up over time. It's based on trust. And Iowans sometimes fall victim because we're good hearted people who are kind, good people. That's who the scammers do this long con on, and they take advantage of them.
And you're chatting about this with us today because of an Iowan who reached out and shared their story as well for a pig butchering example. What can you share about that?
Yes, so we have a man, 69 years old, a retiree from Southeast Iowa, and he wanted me to share his story so that Iowans can have that information and be on guard. But he had a woman that was contacting him on Facebook through Facebook Messenger, just chatting back and forth, sharing common hobbies like cooking and other things that were going on in their lives. And then only after a while did she start to mention some investments that were making a lot of money. And so he ended up investing a little bit at first and seeing that grow. And she would send him fake statements of the account that showed his money growing, showing the investments that he was making. But unbeknownst to him, it was all fake. It was all a ripoff. And so he even borrowed money against the titles to two Harleys. And then when his situation changed, his wife had lost her job, he went to try to get money out of the account. And that's when he realized the steep fees they said they were going to charge him, $7,000 a day if he couldn't pay that fee. And that was when he went to a trusted family member and came to understand that it was all a scam. It was all a ripoff. And this gentleman lost $164,000. And this woman did all kinds of things to build that trust, build that relationship over time, and then she got his money.
It's scary to see it took with that $7,000 a day for the individual to, I don't want to say snap out of it, but maybe realize I need to maybe go check with family members about this. I think that speaks to how convincing the lead up to that moment was. To I guess is that your concern with these specific scams?
Well, and this man is an Iowan just like any other. The con artist was sophisticated. The types of things this con artist was sending him, the conversations, very sophisticated over a long time. Many people could fall for a scam like this. It's all too easy. And so just being aware of some of those red flags will help Iowans arm themselves with that information to help yourself, your family members, and your friends.
What would you say the red flags when it relates to pig butchering is? What are some telltale signs that Iowans could look out for?
Well, I'd be careful of anyone sending messages over Facebook. I think that can be a red flag there. And then anyone who asks you to send money in the form of Bitcoin, gift cards, cash, bank transfers. Scammers love to be paid that way because it's very hard to get that money back. So there's a big red flag. And then also urgency is another one, or keeping something secret is another tool that the scammers use. So there are quite a few red flags to be on the lookout for.
It's a good point too, just with payments, gift cards, cryptocurrency, whatever it may be too. And you want people to be reporting this to your office as well, whether it's these or other types of scams too.
Yes, so we ask that Iowans who believe that something might be a scam or have been scammed call our office because it helps us to get the word out. We can prevent other people from being ripped off, and that's exactly what this man wants to do with his story. He wants Iowans to be armed with that information and to keep this from happening to someone else because he lost $164,000 at a time where he really needed that money. So we ask people, be on the lookout for those red flags. Be careful, be on guard.
And lastly here too, as the state's top prosecutor, what could you do to help try to alleviate some of the money lost for this individual?
Well, number one, we want to spread the word so that no one else is ripped off. But also, when someone calls our office, we try to get their money back if it's at all possible. That is our first priority. We try to do that. Sometimes it's not possible, but there are people that we've been able to help, and that is so rewarding. So we ask that when someone is being scammed, call your local law enforcement, call our office, and we'll do everything we can to help you.
Yeah, crypto would be tough to be able to try to recoup that. Reach out to family members too, as well. I'm sure if you have any questions about a message or anything like that, just ask a family member if this is real.
Yeah, if Iowans have questions about a message or something, they can always call our office too. Okay. They can call a family member or another trusted person, and certainly for something like an investment, only work with reputable investments. So talk to your bank or other reputable investment advisor before deciding to invest.
We'll put the information to contact the Attorney General's office right here on your screen too, if you need to report anything, because scams go all throughout the year too. It's not just during the holiday season. All right, Attorney General, thanks for joining us this morning and letting us know about pig butchery. Appreciate it.
Thank you.